All right, we are here with video number 4, the results of all of our hard work and effort. We went from having just raw film to then testing out our times, to then confirming that those times look good, to then creating an entire sheet. It's a beautiful process. I'll zoom in on a couple of things that you want to note. The whole point of this is so that we can actually get a good idea of what these look like in a positive form before we actually decide which prints that we're actually going to make. We then created our timed test strip at F11, getting examples of what different times look like for that strip of film. We then picked a time from there, and we chose 8 seconds, or I chose 8 seconds. I wanted it in between here and in between here. And this is what our confirmation test strip looked like. I decided that that actually looked pretty darn good. This picture may have come out a little dark. These may have come out a little light, but overall, we got good exposure across the entire roll of film. And so that's when I went ahead and put a whole strip of paper with our negatives and created an entire contact sheet. And so now we can see all of our efforts and our beautiful compositions and try to figure out which ones we want to print. And that's the whole point of a contact sheet, is so we can get a preview of what our prints are actually going to look like before we then try and make prints with them in the darkroom. We have an excellent example of a pretty evenly exposed roll of film, so this process was not too difficult. Some of you may have to experiment a little bit more. It doesn't necessarily matter how many test strips you make, and you can make as many test strips as you want, but ultimately our goal is to get a nice solid contact sheet to turn in with our assignments. I hope you all had fun learning how to make a contact sheet with me today, and I'm excited to see the work that you create.